Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Veilstone City, where we have the Rustboro Rockies challenging the Veilstone combat. The Rockies are starting out with Kabutops and their pseudo-legendary Tyranitar. Toxicroak and Lucario starting out for the combat. Lucario for once not starting in the third position, so hopefully that's a sign that it won't explode itself today. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win the Veilstone combat or the Rustboro Rockies. We've got that Sandstream starting up on the field, so it's going to damage quite a few Pokemon. Between turns, we get that Gunk Shot coming from Lucario to start off the battle. Lucario coming in with that 90 base speed. It's going to be the quickest on the field. Does a little bit of damage to Tyranitar, not very effective, so in retrospect, actually not bad for a not very effective move. We're getting Aurora Beam now coming from Toxicroak. And it goes for Kabutops. Also not very effective. Those defenses of the Rustboro Rockies being good so far. We're getting Autotomize coming from Kabutops. Kabutops having that base defense of 105, that physical attack stat of 115. Tyranitar having 4 stats at 100 or above with that 134 base attack. It's going to go with an Electro Web though. Hits both Pokemon. Always good in a double battle. Going to lower that speed stat of the opposing Pokemon as well. This could definitely benefit the Rustboro Rockies. Lucario's going to have that 110 base attack, 115 special attack. Toxicroak coming in with that 106 physical attack. Veilstone combat being the most physical attacking side in all of the Elite Challenge League. Kabutops now being the fastest Pokemon on the field thanks to that Electro Web. Goes with the Body Slam and it gives a paralysis to Toxicroak. So Toxicroak probably will be going last over everyone. Even Tyranitar now faster than the other two Pokemon. Going with the Octolock. Putting it onto Lucario. So Lucario is not going to be leaving this battlefield anytime soon. Unless it's after fainting. Get a Flatter now coming from Lucario. Targeting Tyranitar. So it's going to boost Tyranitar's special attack, which was already at 95. But now it's going to become confused. Shadow Punch now coming from Toxicroak. Going for Tyranitar, that shouldn't be very effective being a Dark type. But Toxicroak's Poison Touch will leave Tyranitar poisoned, so Tyranitar's going to be taking damage in between every turn, as is Toxicroak taking damage from that Sandstorm, so there's Tyranitar taking damage from that poison. Lucario's defense and special defense will fall. As always, it's a 6-on-6 Metronome battle. If we do hit that 20-minute time limit, we will go into single battle overtime. Kabutops now going with the foul play. It goes for Lucario. Decent hit take on Lucario, down below 50%. But Lucario is justified, will raise its attack stat. Hopefully Lucario can take advantage of that. Tyranitar shakes past that confusion. And goes with the Rock Slide. It's going to get the stab boost. It goes for both Pokemon. And it almost finishes off Toxicroak. Toxicroak just holding on, 6 HP left. Lucario again going with the Flatter. And again going for Tyranitar. So Tyranitar's special attack's going to rise even more. Toxicroak unfortunately is flinched as well. And now Toxicroak's been eliminated thanks to that Sandstorm. Toxicroak first Pokemon out of the battle. Tyranitar being hurt by that poison again. Taking its HP below 50%. We now have Poliwrath coming onto the field for Veilstone combat. Poliwrath being the only Pokemon on the Veilstone combat with less than 100 attack stat, but that being 95 is still very impressive. Also has that 95 base defense. Twister now coming from Kabutops. Hits both Pokemon. Chipping away Lucario. Lucario is still holding on though, but it has been taken down into the red. Poliwrath now being the second fastest Pokemon on the field. Goes with a Discharge. I think this is going to hit everyone on the field. And it does, and it knocks out its own teammate. Lucario has been eliminated by Poliwrath. That is terrible for the Veilstone combat, who have lost their last 2 games. They don't want to win. They don't want to lose 3 in a row. Rustboro Rockies have actually won their last 2 games, so they're hoping to win their 3rd straight game. Tyranitar's Poison's surely going to finish it off on this next turn. Conqueror now coming out for the Veilstone combat. Conqueror having that 140 base attack, so that's going to do massive damage if it can get in a physical type move. Kabutops still having that speed. Goes with a Stomp. Going straight for the incoming Conqueror. Poliwrath with an opportunity to respond, and it's going to go with the Eerie spell, but it doesn't affect Tyranitar. Tyranitar's still confused, but it does shake it off again. This time it's going to go with the Octozooka, but Poliwrath thankfully avoids the attack for Veilstone combat. Conqueror goes with a low kick. As those physical attack moves, goes for the Kabutops and straight away takes it down into the red. Critical hit and super effective. Very good start for Conqueror. Finally that sandstorm has subsided. And that poison almost eliminates Tyranitar. Tyranitar has probably got about 1 HP left. So you have to think if anybody can just hit any move on Tyranitar, it will be eliminated. We get an uproar now coming from Kabutops. It's going to come for the next few turns. Starts off targeting Poliwrath. Poliwrath with an opportunity to respond. Goes with a Toxic. Tyranitar already being poisoned, so surely it's going to Toxic Kabutops, and it does. Kabutops now is also going to be poisoned. Tyranitar needs to shake off this confusion and get out a move. It does shake it off. It's going to go with a Nasty Plot, so it's just going to lower the stats of an opposing Pokemon. It won't be doing any damage, even with that boosted special attack, which is just boosted again, and that's all it's done, so it didn't even lower the stats of the opposing team. Get a Tickle now coming from Conqueror. Targeting Kabutops. It's going to lower those attack and defense stats. Kabutops suffers from the poison. It's still holding on. Tyranitar is going to suffer from it, and Tyranitar will be eliminated by that poison. The pseudo legendary being taken out from the Rustboro Rockies. Third Pokemon coming in for the Rustboro Rockies. And it's Caracosta, a water rock type, so it won't be suffering any super effective moves from water type attacks. As always, we have our Google Doc in the description below, containing the ladder, fixture stats, and roster, so feel free to check that out. That uproar continues from Kabutops. We get a Magic Room now coming from Poliwrath, so the effects of Leopard Berry won't take effect. Conqueror now wants to hit more fighting moves, surely, but it's going to go with an Icicle Spear. Hits once on Kabutops. Kabutops is going to get eliminated with this second one. Kabutops has been taken out of the battle. So that's now 2 Pokemon gone from the Rustboro Rockies, 2 gone from the Veilstone combat. Good momentum now being built by the combat in this battle. But now we get that pound coming from Caracosta. Going for Conqueror. Won't do a great deal of damage though. 4th Pokemon will be coming out for the Rustboro Rockies now. And it's Amistar, another water rock type. So neither of these Pokemon will be taking much damage from water moves, but if anyone hits a grass type move on them, the damage will be severe. Poliwrath now taking its place as the fastest Pokemon, goes with a Sludge. Quite a few poison type moves today. Not very effective though on Caracosta, and it's not left with the poison. Get a Leaf Blade coming from Amistar. Doesn't target Poliwrath, who it would have been super effective on, but it does take Conqueror below its 50% mark. Conqueror now going with a Power Split. And it does it with Amistar, so I don't see this benefiting Conqueror very much. Caracosta now with an opportunity. Being the slowest Pokemon on the field with 32 speed stat, goes with Mist. And it's not even actually the slowest Pokemon on all the Rustboro Rockies. That would go to Gigalith, so we'll see if we'll see that in the battle later on today. Poliwrath going with a Psycho Cut. Targeting Amistar. Gets in a good critical hit. Amistar with an opportunity to respond though. And it's going to go with Payback. This might actually be a good move. Wouldn't be super effective. Wouldn't be very effective at all being a Dark type move on the Fighting type Poliwrath. But it did help out having already taken damage. We're going to get a Dive now from Conqueror. So Caracosta targets Conqueror now. Conqueror should avoid the attack. It goes with a Disarming Voice. Conqueror avoids it, but it will still hit Poliwrath. This could actually eliminate Poliwrath, and it does! Poliwrath has been eliminated with this super effective move. Rustboro Rockies getting another elimination on board. Exactly what they need. Como-O, pseudo legendary for the Veilstone combat now coming out onto the field. Coming in with that 110 attack, 100 special attack. It's even got good defenses. 125 special defense and Oh, sorry, 105 special defense and 125 base defense. And it goes with that defend order, so it's going to boost those defenses even more. I'm going to start now. Going with a poison powder, another poison type move, but Conqueror avoids it being under that water. It goes for Amistar and takes it below its 50%. Get a double edge now, coming from Caracosta. It's going to get recoil damage. Gets an okay hit on Como though. We also have our Instagram linked in the description below where you can get match and ladder updates. Get a Magma Storm coming from Como. This won't be very effective no matter who it hits, but it will leave them taking damage between turns. So it goes for Caracosta. Not very effective. Caracosta will be trapped in that swirling magma. Scale Shot now, if it targets Como, that'll be super effective on its Dragon typing, but it goes for Conqueror. Hits twice. Gets 3. Only gets to 3. So that will lower Amistar's defense. With that said though, it is going to boost its speed. Conqueror goes with the guard split now. So it's going with a power split and a guard split with Amistar. Caracosta goes with the Accelerock. Targeting Conqueror though, not very effective, so it will continue to hold on. Caracosta taking damage from that Magma Storm. Magic Room now is worn off as well. Amistar now the fastest Pokemon on the field, thanks to having its speed boosted by that Scale Shot. It's going to go with a Dragon Dance now, so it's going to boost its stats again. This time it's going to boost its attack and its speed. Como with an opportunity to finish somebody, and it goes with an Octazooka, targeting Amistar. And it almost actually did finish Amistar there. Amistar just holding on in the red. Get a Fury Dance now, coming from Conqueror. And another Fire type move going for Caracosta, taking it down into the yellow. Also going to boost the special attack of Conqueror. Caracosta's going to go with the Prismatic Laser. This is surely going to finish off whoever it hits. It goes for Conqueror. Super effective. Conqueror has been eliminated. We're down to the last 2 Pokemon for the Veilstone combat. Caracosta is taking more damage from that Storm. But Caracosta will be recharging on this turn. And we have Blaziken coming out for the Veilstone combat as their last Pokemon. It's going to have that speed boost hidden ability being on the home field advantage. Blaziken coming in with that 120 base attack, 110 special attack. It's going to be a firefighting type, so it will be weak to any water stab moves that we see from the opposing Rockies at the moment. Amistar actually just lowers its speed this time, going for a risen attack and defense. Como goes with a Fusion Flare, fire type move, so it won't be very effective. Looks like it's going to target Amistar. And it won't be very effective, but it will get the job done, and Amistar has been eliminated by Como. Veilstone combat not out of this battle just yet. We get a Cross Chop now coming from Blaziken. And it targets Caracosta and it finishes off Caracosta. Super effective move. So we are straight down to a 2v2 battle, and we get that speed boost on Blaziken. But that's a brilliant combination there by Como and Blaziken. Top 2 ranked Pokemon on all the Veilstone combat. So we're going to have the last 2 Pokemon now coming out for the Rustboro Rockies, and we have Aurorus and Barbaracle. Barbaracle coming in with that 105 base attack, 115 base defense. Aurorus coming in with 123 base HP. And now Blaziken has that speed advantage thanks for the speed boost, but that Guillotine will miss. Get a Wild Charge now coming from Como. Goes for Barbaracle. This should be super effective, and it almost finishes Barbaracle off. Barbaracle just holding on. Super effective critical hit. Recoil damage taken on Como, but Barbaracle just holding on. Almost been eliminated in its first move. It's going to go with a Hyper Voice, hit both opposing Pokemon. Aurorus now goes with a Vital Throw and targets Blaziken. Very good hit, taking Blaziken below 50% into that yellow. Blaziken getting that speed boost again. Blaziken and Como are going to want to look to finish off Barbarical, surely. Having just a minor bit of HP left. And it's going to go with a Seed Bomb. If it hits Barbarical, this will be super effective. And it does. Barbarical has been eliminated. So Veilstone Combat, for the first time in this entire battle, has just taken the lead. So it's a 2v1 advantage over the Rustboro Rockies. Aurora's being the only Pokemon left. Komaru goes with a Psyshock. This is definitely going to target Aurora's. A decent hit if the two Pokemon can continue to chip away at Aurora's like this. This could be Veilstone Combat's game. Aurora's needs to do things that are offensive, but instead goes with a Kinesis. So it's just going to lower the accuracy of Komaru. This could actually be a benefit if Komaru does miss in the future. Blaziken continues to get that speed boost. It already is the quickest Pokemon on the field by a wide margin. Komaru goes... sorry, not Komaru. Blaziken going with another Bullet Seed. With a Bullet Seed. Not a Seed Bomb. So it hits twice. We've got 3. If it gets this 4th, it might do it. And it does. It gets 4 hits. And Blaziken has eliminated Aurora's with that super effective move. Veilstone Combat did not lead until the last 2 turns. And then they win the battle. Fantastic work by the Combat. That is exactly what they need to get back on the winning board. Unfortunately for the Rustboro Rockies, their winning streak will come to an end. So both teams will now be 2-2 at the end of this round. Veilstone Combat will hope to have just as good a luck next week in Veilstone City again. When they host the Goldenrod Giants, they'll have the fighting type stab advantage. So hopefully they can make the most of that. Whereas the Rustboro Rockies will be travelling to face a very impressive Cinnabar Flare again. Rustboro Rockies will have a type advantage, but in a Metronome battle that could go either way. It's a very back and forth battle here though. Veilstone Combat taking it to the Rustboro Rockies, keeping up with them for most of the way and finally getting those final 4 eliminations between Komo-O and Blaziken. Very impressive showing by those 2 Pokemon. Doing for the Veilstone Combat what was desperately needed. And I'll even give props to Lucario for this time not eliminating itself for the 3rd week in a row. Ending that streak, for the 4th week in a row, having done it in the first 3 rounds, which had been absolutely abysmal. But fantastic finish by the Veilstone Combat. Especially with Blaziken getting all 4 hits with those Bullet Seeds. Can't believe that. What are the odds? Just what it needed right at the end of the battle. But as always, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was today's best on field. And always remember, you are awesome and I will speak to you next time.